Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Dash Brandon and today we're going to be going over the Storm Shield Defense 10 build that I had from soloing my SSD10. I'm so tired, but this video is also very late. So we're over here in front of our amplifier. Right there is where you start. I'm also holding one of my favorite guns in the game right now. So this hasn't really changed at all in a long time. We spawn camp here. I also started to redesign for endurance, but I haven't gotten that far because I wanted to make sure that I got this video out as close as I could to being accurate. So we spawn camp right here. This is also the beginning of my SSD9 build, and my 8 build is also the same. But we always go over this. So we have broadsides. We have this ramp here that comes off of here so that we can build up there so that the meteor does not come through and destroy everything that we love here and our traps like it just did to that spot we had here. We have broadsides, we have floor launchers, we have launchers coming in here, plenty of gas traps. These are my new gas traps that I've been trying out. They do critical chance, critical damage, reload. You only need one reload on a gas trap because the cloud will stay down for the entire duration of that reload. So then we end up with 2 durabilities on it. So with our durability survivors, we end up pretty good at 136 durability, which isn't too shabby. We have launchers that launch them into these 1x2s that I've really liked for a long time, though I may end up changing that for endurance. They're pretty much the same all the way up. We could get more damage by putting broadsides in here. Or put a broadside there. We could probably put a broadside here and get more damage. This here I removed so that we could get that fall damage. Over here we have blocking and bracing. That blocks this area off so that they are not interested in coming over here. Oh, a meteor there. Over here we have more blocking that keeps them from being interested in this area. We could also put another wall launcher right there. That pretty much wraps up the main defense over here. Instead of going in order, we're going to go around clockwise. I believe it's clockwise. Yes, so A doesn't get attacked, but D does get attacked. So I have started to remove things here. I'm beginning to wonder if endurance blows away your traps because I had lost a lot here. I broke a tile that was here because they were attacking it and propanes were also throwing at it. We also might need to do some more building and overall talking them out of this area in general. Because in endurance they started to come up here. The flingers. So we can get flingers and lobbers here. So we have our lobber shield gun. We have wall spikes here in case they want to attack that wall. They shouldn't. In endurance they were. I don't know why. I'm going to have to look more into that. Here we have wooden floor spikes with gas traps and wall launchers to launch them into this pit. That is painful for us to fall in and also painful for them to fall in. And then they got to go through hell up here to get back up. We have more lobber protection all the way around. We have broadsides all over the place to protect us. We have way too many materials here spent on lobber protection, but it's all worthwhile. They will sometimes break this tile to get through here. So we will be redesigning some of this. We can actually design this in such a way that we have to leave that tile open. We can do like this and then they can still get funneled right here, right where we want them to be. So we can do that and it won't be bad for us at all. If they come up here, we got a nice 2x2 setup with another 1x2 setup right here. There are traps all the way up into this area. Our amplifier is not super defended which almost caused my downfall. If you watch the video, I'm like, oh, we're doing so good, and then it was not that good. We started taking damage from some flingers for some reason, and it was pretty bad. We had something here at one point. I got rid of it because nothing ever actually ended up there to trigger it. It was a launcher just to slow them down more. We have more blocking and bracing with a 2x2 here. We could get more damage by putting broadsides in when we get around to it, probably for endurance. We will be doing that. And then over here we had to put in a lot more lobber shield because the flingers were coming around here trying to fling on in here. We have wooden wall spikes here, or wall spikes. Sorry about that. The allergies has been real. So we got the wall spikes, and that brings us to C, which also has a lot of lobber protection because we get flingers here as well. This protection goes all the way around here. This is an area that is built up to keep them from wanting to come over here. We have gas traps to camp them through all this area as we can. We can replace this with a broadside at some point. We will. We got a nice floor freezing trap here. And all of this is not much different from the stuff we've already seen in other videos of the preparation. So this is specifically for endurance right here. We got floor launchers to launch smashers up, and then they come down and they die. It's exactly what happens. I did deconstruct some of that area. I might deconstruct more. Kind of up in the air. That's pretty much it for C here. For E, we deconstructed a lot of it. We put the floor launchers in down there. None of this has really changed since the last video. Didn't need to. It was still perfectly fine. I don't know if it will change for endurance. Oh, look at that.
Whoa, sorry.
I feel like they started to get through this part. Or maybe the meteor just blew it up. So this is a pretty standard tunnel in my opinion. Lots of CC, broadsides, gas traps everywhere. We come down here. They can get hit up for a little teeny tiny bit of fall damage. Here they take more fall damage. Actually, I'm not even sure if they take fall damage over or under 2 tiles. Otherwise they'd take damage falling in there too. I have lots of broadsides set up. Here they take fall damage because they get knocked way up there. If you watch the video, this is where we also used our walls to throw them into the beans. Some mobs will run through this tunnel to try and get around. To combat that, we have a tar pit with a gas trap. We have a launcher with a wall lights. So the only damage there really is the gas trap. And then up here we have a similar spot. We could put another area right here. We could connect all this, but we were trying to keep the build limit in mind here. It's a very simple 1x2 here. Lots of CC, lots of gas trap. Some launchers to keep them in there. That brings us to H. I believe it's H. Yes. Amplifier H. This was the side that we defended for H. We have, once again, we have the tire drop traps above the spawn. This is the area they spawn in. There is a meteor that keeps you from camping it. We have a lot of defense here for lobbers and flingers. Just upgrading this as we go. We have broadsides. Here it comes. Right there. It actually goes through that one, but I'm not going to sweat it. We have tire drop traps to drop damage on them as much as we can. We have launchers that will fling them from side to side. We have broadsides that will trigger. So those broadside cannons will fall down there and do even more damage to them. Over here we have a 3x3 with a floor freeze trap. We have lots of dynamos. I think I would replace these ceiling zappers with more gas traps. We could probably put gas traps in right here as well. Those will more than likely trigger. And it's really a lot of CC in here. I thought I was good, and then I was doing testing, and I ended up needing another last minute section, and some of this we did see trigger, so it was doing something. You do have to be careful with these wall launchers that go to another wall launcher, because sometimes they clip through. We did see some of that. And had they attacked from this side to test this build also, now I can't test the build anymore, and it makes me sad.
Nope.
Makes me very sad. So we have to protect ourselves from lobbers and flingers. So we built this monstrosity so that we can hit them as they're coming up. Here comes the meteor. And so again, it goes right through that spot, but for some reason it doesn't matter. We're protecting ourselves from lobbers and flingers. There's blocking and bracing all the way around here, all down here. Where the gas traps are approximately where they spawn. It's pretty damn close to there. And then we have some 3x2 action going in here. We could actually put another gas trap right here. That would be perfectly fine. I think I had ran out of building at that point. They do spawn below, so we can put a wall launcher in here that will launch them back into this nonsense. Like I said, they do spawn down here, or rather, it's probably more like over there or over there. But they end up down here, and then they walk up. So we have gas traps up there to take care of them. We got wall launchers if they try and come this way. And that's that amplifier. It's a naked amp. And it did just fine. For the most part. I don't think we took any damage there. We didn't use this amplifier. In fact, I never actually had to defend G. Which actually made me a little bit sad. Because I was really happy with my builds at G. We did have to defend amplifier I believe this is the last one that we have to talk about. Yep, because we didn't do B, we didn't have to do A. Alright. So, for I, they spawned in this area, I believe. Pretty sure. Pretty sure they spawned over here. It was 2 weeks ago now, it's hard to remember. It's been very hectic. So, they spawn up here as well as down there. I believe you could spawn camp them off of there, all the way over with gas traps. I didn't do it. I'll probably need to for the next time I do endurance. I've made it to wave 3 on endurance, by the way. It's mostly just testing though. So I got lucky by them spawning over here because this is the side that I'm more comfortable with. So they get knocked off and knocked back here. I was having smashers over there attack, but that solved that problem. This is just a long tunnel of 1x2 or 2x2, however you want to look at it, with gas traps, lots of launchers, floor launchers, tar pits for the specifically tar pits for the smashers when they got down here. So we saw that that was pretty effective. This side might be more interesting though. So we have the same thing going here. This isn't special. That meteor is special because that meteor for some reason would destroy a wall here, and then they would want to come through. Or they would be like, we're not really feeling this area over here, this 2x2 area,
Sorry.
so we're just going to break a wall. So we had to combat that, and this is how I did it. I did it with wall launchers. We got like a little zigzag that they do here. And as they try and walk this way, they get knocked into this area. This area is no CC except for the wooden floor spikes, but it's broadsides and gas traps. And then this little section right here, I tried to put one right here, but it doesn't work. It gets destroyed. This little section right here is a 1x2, and this usually finishes them off. I believe there were propanes here, and no propanes through from what I recall. This side I am not nearly as confident in. For endurance we have to do some blocking, but They spawn in this area where the gas traps are. They come into a 2x2 here if they don't decide that they want to be assholes and try and walk through here. Epic made it so that you really can't block off this area very well because the storm breaks a lot of it and they come in here anyways. So we put these launchers up here that if they trigger, they get knocked down here. Preferably they get knocked all the way into those gas traps. If they don't, there's also broadsides and gas traps going off here. We have more tires up there. Those tires are connected by a couple of different supports. There's one there and then it comes up. There's one right there. So there's a couple different supports there. I'm actually thinking about removing this tar pit and this launcher and putting just regular floor spikes in there. Then we have this one that launches them that way. They still have their gas dot on them, so it's fine. Then we got launchers up here to launch them into the sky. Unfortunately, you can also get attacked from this side. And I haven't seen... What amplifier is this? B. I haven't seen B get attacked in a long time, so I'm beginning to think that getting attacked at B is now over. I'm no longer going to get attacked at B because we finally put down I. And we put a simple 2x2, well 2x3 in here with gas traps. They spawn in this area. They path that way as well as this way to get where they want to go. So this way they go through gas traps, they go through broadsides, they go through some CC, they go through these areas, they can get knocked this way, which is actually not ideal. It's not ideal for them to get knocked all the way over here. We need to actually box this up. They can get knocked into the sky, they get ceiling drop traps. This side, I'm not confident in at all. We don't even have this side of the amplifier protected because there are propanes in this wave. This side's not that good. But I didn't have to test this side. I never got it in my testing. So, I know it can spawn there, but it just never happened to me. So, with all that being said, I can finally wrap up my SSD series. Maybe I'll do another one on an alternate account at some point. I do want to go back and do a little bit of showcasing of how bad my building was in Plankerton and Stonewood, and even a little bit in Canny, because a lot of the time I didn't have launchers. So if you don't have access to that trap, your building gets really limited, and yeah, it might just be kind of a funny video to show you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and good luck on your own solo SSD10s. If you want to know the build I used, I'm using it right now. It's Mega Base Kyle with power modulation, lofty architecture, frozen castle, electrified floors, tough traps, slow field, and banner. Worked out pretty well. I didn't have to kill a lot manually, like just shooting them. So, in fact, most of it I killed because I wanted to. Because I wanted to shoot something with my gun.
Not possible.
Not all of it, but most of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Dash Brandon. I'll see you next time. My creator code is Dash_Brandon. I'll throw it on the screen. And like and subscribe if you would like to see more. Bye bye. Some creepy music now.